In this video, what we are going to talk about is top most frequent question asked in Cognizant. Like in my case, and there were some friends that who just gave their interview in Cognizant, Genc and Genc Elevate. But in this video, I'm mostly going to talk about Genc. So the interview was like about 40 minutes, like 30 to 40 minutes. It won't be too long, and in which you have to prepare for some topics which is like very necessary for you guys to cover up all this if you want this job or if you want to crack this company's interview. So the first question for me, like for everyone, would be like, tell me about yourself. So you have to prepare very well about tell me about yourself. Like there are multiple videos in YouTube, and don't worry, I will also make a video on this and I will upload in YouTube. So it would be like very easy for you guys to understand all this. And after just explaining about myself, uh, don't worry, I will just make another video about this because this is very important. Like tell me about yourself. You don't have to make that your introduction too big or too large. It's just it should be like 1 minute or 1 minute 30 seconds. So further question asked about me was like, tell me your interest. Like in my case, I have an interest in singing and all. So the interviewer asked me some questions related to singing. Then I said that this is a classical and all, and he also liked about that this is my interest. So this was a plus point which I think I just gained to the interviewer. And the third question was asked to me was like, tell me about your project. So basically my project was not that too good, it wasn't that too hard. I just created within 10 days. So it was like a Spotify clone which I created, and I just explained what I did in that, like everything what in that project was. So for you guys, you just have to prepare one project. It doesn't matter how big or how small it is. Whether you have mentioned in a resume, you have to pick that one, or you can you can make another project and you can explain that one. Because what's the main reason is that, like they will have your resume. Like whenever you are giving an interview in Superset, they will see your resume. So just prepare well whatever you have written in your resume. Nothing to worry about. The fourth question was asked to me was like, tell me about your final year project. So about my final year project, I didn't knew what literally I have done all. I To be honest, I haven't even started about my final year project. So I just knew the topic, like it was like in deep learning human emotions. So I just explained, and the interviewer said okay, no need to worry. And I honestly said that I we haven't started anything, and I don't know that much. So the interview is also fine, okay, no worry. So just but the by this going on, the interview also asked like, are you okay with like if we relocate you. Then this question is to like, every question of this type is you have to say yes, no problem, anywhere on earth you will relocate me, I will go there. Like you don't have to worry. And the next question was like, you have to learn new technologies after joining this company, so is it okay for you? So this was like, yes, obviously you have will say yes if you want. You won't say no. And yes, this is very important, like why Cognizant, why you want to join Cognizant only. Like there are billions of website, billions of companies, why Cognizant? So you have to do some research that I want to do Cognizant as because it teaches us about new technologies like artificial intelligence, cloud, IoT. So these were the things that I mentioned, and I was very excited to join this because these technologies are something that I literally like to study in my future. So the interviewer was pretty impressed by my answer, I guess. So the next question was for me was like, have you received any offer letter before? So I thought that I should lie that no, I haven't received, like this is the only company. But I said honestly, like yes, I have received an offer letter for Capgemini. Then he asked, then it's okay, you can say that. It's in interview you just have to be honest, it doesn't matter. But the main question was like, why you haven't joined, like why you don't want to join Capgemini and why Cognizant. So although it's like pretty much same like Cognizant and Capgemini, then I said like Cognizant is something like I have seen my friends and my all the people nearby me join Cognizant, and I'm very much influenced to see that Cognizant is much better. You just have to explain why Cognizant is good. So you just see the plus points in Cognizant and you will answer. Don't worry. Okay, it would be like very easy. So yes, this question I just want to highlight it. Whenever you are introducing yourself, you have to make that. You have to make sure that you have to also include that what is your preferred language. Like in my case, my preferred language was C++. So just to give the interviewer an idea that the questions he's gonna ask to you is about C++, not on Python or Java. Okay, so this is something you have to mention. This is a clever move. When I said that C++ is my preferred language, then he asked me about questions like why C++, like why not C. Then I explained that we can create objects, classes, object oriented programming is very much, and new libraries also are there, and it's much more readable like in C, low level language, high level language. So it was pretty much easy. So these are the questions that you have to prepare. And to be honest, these questions like about OOPS, object oriented programming is such a topic that all the companies, all the service based company or a product based company will ask this question. These like it's like never ending question. Like like you have to learn this OOPS, whether you watch 1 hour video of OOPS if you don't know, or you complete everything about OOPS. Four pillars of OOPS: polymorphism, abstraction, encapsulation. So you have to just learn all this. And don't worry, this was all about OOPS. And yes, I you know what I did in my interview as it was going, I forgot this, the fourth pillar, which was polymorphism. So I took almost 10 seconds to try to remember what was the fourth name of that pillar. So the interviewer got a point that he don't know about polymorphism much. So he gave me a question like, tell me about a real life program, real life like example of polymorphism, and in program also. So in program I explained, and in real life also it was like very hard for me to explain, to be honest, but somehow I explained, but the interviews wasn't satisfied. So you have to prepare for like polymorphism, real life example, and in program why we use the same for abstraction, encapsulation, and the other also. Most important for the interview is, yes, for interview, for just Cognizant only, you have to prepare time and work one aptitude. Like it's a shortcut. Most of us, for most of us, like people like us, we have asked, like the interviewer asked to us the question of time and work. Like in my case, I got three questions in time and work questions, in which I just solved one. So it was like I don't know how I solved it. And whenever you are solving, it's not like just you are just breaking the answer. For some interviewers like it's, they are gonna see the explanation how you did. And but not most of the case, like most of sorry for most of us, one time our question is like, it's shortcut, it's gonna come. It depends on interview to interview, so it's not that hard. And one thing very important in Cognizant is that just before, not before, whenever you join, like when you just start the join, when you receive the video call of the interview from Superset, they will identify like who are you. So you have to always carry your Aadhaar card, show your Aadhaar card in the video. Whenever you show your Aadhaar card, then only the interview will proceed. It's just for verification. So this is something important. Carry your Aadhaar card during your interview process. Or score ID card is also very important, for college ID card. That's all I guess. And whatever, like I said, in we'll make another video on this. In fact, I will make a video and all, so you don't have to worry about. So that's all. Let's wrap it up, and thank you, and meet you in your next video. Thank you.